Here's an easy topic. We're going to talk about oneness and non-duality consciousness. Super simple. I'll have it done in 1 minute. No, this is a complex topic, but yet it is actually quite simple. I'm excited to dive in and see where it takes us. So let's get started. Duality and non-duality. Oh boy. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about duality. What is duality? Well, we can actually kind of go to a computer. You know that all computer knowledge is made up of zeros and ones. That's duality. It's either on or it's off. In oneness, there is no off. Everything is on, and it's on constantly. This talks a little bit about how there is no time in non-duality, in the higher vibrational frequency domains, the higher dimensions, because there is no such thing as something existing and then not existing. There is only the infinite now. So everything is constantly in existence at all times, so we are bombarded by constant ones, and there's no zeros, there's no off. Well, living in that space is you're essentially bombarded by infinite light. And you have to be able to separate yourself from that infinite light, that infinite oneness, in order to actually observe or perceive the duality reality. The duality reality, I like that. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, I've got other videos that talk about I am source, and you can see those in the description, or in the link above here. But what's important to note is that you have intentionally come here so that you can observe the duality. Because in all of existence, you are in oneness. Outside of this world, you are in oneness, where there is only you, there is nothing else that exists, and yet there is everything else that exists. Everything that exists is you, that's the oneness, and when you are in that oneness state, that is all you see, all the things that constantly exist. It's impossible for something to not exist in the oneness. There is only exist. Yeah, this is hard for the little brains to wrap their heads around, isn't it? But here in duality, where things are or things aren't, then you start to get a sense of, oh, there's stuff. There is a beginning, there is an end, there is a light, there is a dark. There is a right, there is a wrong, which of course is a perceived concept by these three-dimensional brains, but that's a separate video topic. So to recognize that all of this that exists always exists infinitely, in infinite ways, in an infinite space, and can be observed, it can only be observed in the duality, and it can't really be perceived of outside of duality, then you recognize the beauty of coming here into a duality situation. To separate yourself from others. To not just be all that exists, but to be an observer of things that exist. You've created all of this, but now you want to actually observe your creation. So you come here with the limitations that we have as 3D beings so that we get to observe them, so that we get to experience them. I love it when I do these topics because sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to talk about before it starts. I just know the subject matter, and let's see what comes out. There's some things that I said here that I've never thought of before, and so I know that I'm doing a little bit of channeling, as I often do during these things. And I'm not a trance channel. This kind of comes through while I'm having a conversation. I don't go close my eyes and go into a meditative state and then have them talk through me. The hathors, which is the extra-dimensional collective that I work with, often works through me because they like the way that I describe things. I mean, one of my duality personality traits is that I can actually describe things in ways that other duality people can understand. So anyway, that's kind of the long and the short of it, is that the duality is the opportunity to actually observe the creation. And oneness, it's very difficult to actually discern everything, which is interesting because you think of yourself as source. You think of source, the creator, as being all powerful and being able to see everything and be able to have all experiences. And that is true, but it requires that you forget that you are all of that. Because think of it like this. Fear is only available to us because we're trying to survive. If you are source, if you are your soul self, if you are the creator, you don't have to worry about survival. You are infinite. You are always existing in the infinite now. So you don't need fear. Fear doesn't even make any sense to experience. So you come here so that you can experience fear, because there is this on again and then off experience and existence. And we need fear in order to navigate that. So us as source, the all-powerful creator, we actually can't experience fear unless we forget that we're infinite. And we come here as these individuals. Okay, so that's why I'm here. I'm here to observe my creation. Yet we get all wrapped up in the survival mechanics and the approval mechanics and the romantic relationship mechanics and the competition mechanics and all these different things that are very much part of this existence. When, if we could actually come here and recognize and feel at peace at the oneness, at our creation, the comfort, the unbelievable miracles that are constantly happening, and observe those and be a part of all that in a very positive and loving and just, amazed way, then we're going to have this incredible experience. There's a little lizard salamander crawling across the shala. I'm at the Seven Springs Retreat Center in Maryville, Tennessee, and I'm surrounded by all this beauty, all this nature, and so much so that there's like this little salamander lizard that I'm observing in this process. Look at that. I can't turn the camera around, I'd scare it and all that, but I mean, that sort of thing is constantly happening. We're seeing birds, we're seeing this beauty, we're seeing the sun every day or almost every day, and with its warmth, it's like millions of miles away, and yet it lights all this place, and it makes us warm, it keeps us alive. I mean, we're just constantly surrounded by these miracles. So we could absorb them and love them. This salamander gets closer to me. Or we could be like, yeah, whatever, salamander, F it. There's a bird, yeah, I see a bird every day, I don't care, blah. Huh. That's valid too. And that's you as the creator having the ability or the validity of looking at it in that way. That's another way you can release judgment a little bit. It's just me experiencing all of these things in different ways. Oh, look, there's me over there, and he's all upset because he's in a wheelchair. Oh, look, there's me over there, and she's all upset because she got into an argument with her husband. Great. They're having incredible source duality experiences. So I like to look at our experiences as much as I can from the oneness perspective. If I can do that, then I can just observe this incredible creation that I made and love it, love every second of it. That's still a pursuit of pleasure. That's still a pursuit of me saying, well, I want to be at peace and I want to be relaxed and I want to have a fantastic time. Well, that's just a judgment. That's just a desire. That's still me pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain. But that's valid too. So we can go and talk and talk and talk, but the oneness and the duality is so important to experience. It causes all the pain and suffering. It causes all the abuse and all of that. But it also causes us to be able to observe this incredible reality that we made in a way that we can't unless we do it this way. Otherwise, we are in the oneness, which is all love, all everything is us. We are a part of it all, and we are bathed in light and love. Sounds pretty good. But we can't see this at the fidelity, at the depth that we can see it when we come here. So I love the duality just as much as I love the oneness, but I love to bring a little bit of the oneness with me, because then my judgment starts to fade away and I just get to exist. I get to have an is experience. This is. This isn't great, this isn't bad, this isn't beautiful, this isn't ugly. This is just an experience. And it just so happens that I love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped. I feel like I was kind of all over the place on this one. But please leave a comment and let me know. Did it make sense to you? Did you get it? Do you have anything to add to it? And I'll maybe make another video based on the information that I get from you, because you're so beautiful and amazing beings giving me these thoughts. I hope so. I hope so very much. I love you unconditionally, and I'll see you in the next video.